guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be reading some quiz questions, and obviously the question and the answer will be read out loud, and I hope that it's entertaining, and if not entertaining, then I hope that it's sufficiently boring to send you to sleep, or to just relax you. I've already recorded this video before, but there were some audio issues, so just a warning that my pronunciation of a lot of these things, of a lot of words in these for these questions, is going to be really butchered, and honestly quite catastrophic. So I hope that isn't too irksome. But that being said, today I'm getting my questions from a website called mentimeter.com, and the questions that we'll be reading out will be categorized as general knowledge quiz questions, geography, science, and history. There's roughly around 20 questions per category, so I hope that you guys enjoy it, and if not, then I hope that it's relaxing at least. I hope you enjoy the content, and if the content's not interesting, then I hope it's relaxing. So, let's get started. Number 1. Which country has the highest life expectancy? The answer is Hong Kong. What is the most common surname in the United States? Smith. Who was the ancient Greek god of the sun? Apollo. How many minutes are in a full week? 10,080. Aureolin is a shade of what color? Yellow. How many faces does a dodecahedron have? 12. What is the fourth letter of the Greek alphabet? Delta. What company was initially known as Blue Ribbon Sports? That's Nike or Nike, depending on where you're from. What art form is described as, quote, decorative handwriting or handwritten lettering? Calligraphy. What software company is headquartered in Redmond, Washington? Microsoft. How many dots appear on a pair of dice? That's 42. What is acrophobia a fear of? Heights. December 26 is known by what names in Ireland? St. Stephen's Day. What phone company produced the 3310? That's Nokia. What is the world's largest retailer? Walmart, which we don't have here. Which day of the week does the Jewish Sabbath begin? Friday. What is a word, phrase, number, or other sequence of characters that reads the same backwards as forwards? That's a palindrome. What is the name of the Chinese philosophical system that emphasizes harmony with nature? That's Taoism. known as the Eternal City? That is also Rome. In which country would you find Mount Kilimanjaro? That's Tanzania. Tanzania. Possibly. True or false? Halloween originated as an ancient Irish festival. True. What is the largest Spanish-speaking city in the world? That is Mexico City. Which country has the most islands? Sweden, with allegedly 270,000. In Australia, what is commonly known as a bottle-o? An off-license / liquor store. In which US state is the country's busiest airport located? That's in Georgia, and the airport is the Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. Which is the only continent with land in all 4 hemispheres? That's Africa. Which river flows through the Grand Canyon? That's the Colorado River. Where is Angel Falls, the world's largest waterfall, located? That's in Venezuela. What is the state capital of New York? Albany. On what continent would you find the world's largest desert? Antarctica. What is the capital of Ireland? Dublin. What is the smallest US state by land area? Rhode Island. What is the tallest type of tree? Redwood. True or false? Holland is a region in the Netherlands. True. What are the 5 Great Lakes? Those are Superior, Michigan, Huron, Erie, and Ontario. How many European capitals does the Danube or Danube flow through? 4. Fill in the blanks. The capital of Bulgaria is dash OFI dash. The answer is Sofia. What is the capital of Canada? That's Ottawa. In what capital would you find the Little Mermaid statue? Copenhagen. On which continent would you find the city of Baku? Asia. What is the only flag that does not have 4 sides? Nepal. How many stars are on the Chinese flag? 5. How many colours are used in the South African flag? 6. What colours is the flag of the United Nations? Those blue and white. Which country features a shipwreck on its national flag? The answer is Bermuda. In which country is the Chernobyl nuclear plant located? That's Ukraine. Which is the only sea without any coastlines? Sargasso Sea. What mountain range separates Europe and Asia? The Ural Mountains. That's the end of the geography questions, which I basically would have gotten them all wrong because I don't know anything about geography. periodic table? That is 118. Which planet in the Milky Way is the hottest? Venus. Who discovered that the Earth revolves around the Sun? That was Nicholas Copernicus. I'm not sure. Copernicus. I'm not too sure how it's pronounced. Which planet has the most moons? Saturn. Which planet is closest to the Sun? Mercury. Where is the strongest human muscle located? The jaw. Which is the only body part that is fully grown from birth? Those are the eyes. How many bones do we have in a single ear? The answer is 3. What scientific theory proposed that Earth revolves around the Sun? That was heliocentrism. What is the process by which plants convert sunlight to energy? That is photosynthesis. What is the scientific theory that explains the origin of the universe? The Big Bang Theory. What is the name of the world's first artificial satellite? That's Sputnik 1. What is the chemical element with the symbol Fe? Iron. What is the smallest unit of matter? An atom. What is the outermost layer of the Earth's atmosphere called? The exosphere. What is the process by which a liquid changes into a gas? Evaporation. The science questions weren't very extensive, there were only 16 of them. So that was over and done with pretty quickly. Let's tap on something else actually while we take a break. These are my headphones. Let's try to put these down without being too loud. Okay. Let's start with history. What was the name of the crime boss who was head of the feared Chicago outfit? Al Capone. What year was the United Nations established? 1945, after World War II. What Renaissance artist is buried in Rome's Pantheon? Raphael. Who was the last Tsar of Russia? Nicholas II. Roald Amundsen was the first man to reach the South Pole, but where was he from? Norway. Who famously crossed the Alps with elephants on the way to war with the Romans? Hannibal. The Parthenon marbles are controversially located in what museum? That should be an easy one. The British Museum. In what year did World War II end? 1945. Which famous historical document begins with the words, quote, "We hold these truths to be self-evident"? That is the Declaration of Independence. What event marked the end of the Roman Empire in the West? And that is the fall of Rome. ancient Chinese dynasty or dynasty is often considered the golden age of Chinese civilization. The Han Dynasty or dynasty. What Renaissance artist painted the Sistine Chapel ceiling? Michelangelo. Funnily enough, I learned that from Philomena Gunk in one of her TV shows or movies. I can't remember which one it was. It was either Gunk on Life or Gunk on Earth, I'm not sure. But I guess you can learn something from that show. Or movie. I'm not sure, I can't remember. I know one of them is a movie. I think Gunk on Earth is a movie, I'm not sure, but it's good. So is the TV show. Who was the first woman to win a Nobel Prize? Marie Curie. What was the name of the German military strategy of rapid, overwhelming attacks? Blitzkrieg. In what decade was the internet created? The 1960s. What was the primary cause of the Great Irish Famine? Potato blight. What was the name of the peace treaty that ended World War I? That is the Treaty of Versailles. What was the name of the first computer virus? Creeper. What was the name of the ancient Egyptian sun god? Ra. What was the code name for the Allied invasion of Normandy? Operation Overlord. Which powerful Mongol ruler conquered a vast empire stretching from Asia to Europe? That is Genghis Khan. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope that it was good and that you enjoyed it. I hope that it was at least a little bit relaxing. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed it, and I also hope to see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.